Now for the real deal, New England feel.
I went up the rail. I went so down to be ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Corso and Catone.
Welcome into Corso and Catone, the real deal, New England feel. I'm Corso. Catone is here. Joe is with. I'll get to you in a second. Joe's with us in the booth, and you are watching us on YouTube. When you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. What do they say? Smash the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Whatever the hell that means.
Smash it. You don't even know it. You broke 3 computers. You think you can smash it? You don't know what you're doing.
Smash the like button. Give us that thumbs up. Leave a comment. We will play it. And or if you're listening, you do it on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you podcast. And hey, we're live on YouTube. We got this live stream going, so make sure you leave us a comment while you're listening, if you're listening live, and send us an email in our mailbag, corso.catone@gmail.com. Got a good one. Let's play ball. Good title, Joe.
Yeah,
it is baseball season is back. So we will talk about Yankees versus Red Sox. We'll talk about baseball a little bit. And in B's and C's, the Celtics are hot right now. They're hot. So we'll talk about the Celtics, a little bit Bruins. And, of course, Catone's comments. He's got his Providence College hat on. I don't know if that's got to do with Catone's comments, but we'll see.
Listen, it's a new era. We hired our new coach this week. I'm representing this week.
Yeah, we'll get the call. I'll get to you in a second with college basketball. Just hold that thought. And then in clip that, we're going to have a few little quick hitters. We're going to talk a few little topics and go quickly on that. Hi, guys. How you doing, Iowa State? Seriously, right now?
Listen. So, Joe,
Jerk.
During the Big 12
2,200 to 1.
Listen, in the Big 12 tournament, they were 2,200 to 1 to win the national championship. I was like, Chris, put a couple $100 on them. I said, this team can play with anybody in the country. Well, so what does he do? I was, joking because now I got them advancing to the Final Four on one of my brackets. Well, listen.
You don't joke with the degenerate.
What does he do? He puts money on them. Well, what do you think happens? The first 10 minutes of the first game, their best player rolls his ankle. He's out for the tournament. He could stop time. You tell him to bet something, it's over. But Eddie Mush, he's Eddie Mush from Bronxtown.
The best two-way player in the world.
There we go. Best two-way player in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Bet on him. He'll blow his Achilles out too if you bet on him.
He had an injury. He was out last night.
You probably bet the game. That's why.
I'm telling you, Iowa State. He's all about. What's the cardinal rule on a long shot? What's the cardinal rule on a long shot? Huh?
What the cardinal rule is? I shouldn't tell you.
No.
That's what I shouldn't do.
We're going to bet a long shot. What's the rule?
Well, bury it.
Yes, you got to bury it.
Bury it.
How do I know the kid's going to break his friggin' ankle,
Joe, first 10 minutes of the first game on Friday, they played on Friday in the opening round, the kid rolls his ankle. Kid hasn't missed a game in 4 years, Joe.
Clip that.
So, what's the message to the kids at home? Clip that.
Yeah. So we're off and rolling. We're off and running. Here we are, Corso Catone on a Saturday. So let's get going with baseball. You guys want to talk a little baseball?
Do we have to?
Take me out to the ball game. All right, guys, let's do it in Yankees versus Red Sox. Joe.
Third night on duty. Swing and a pop down the left field line. Looking for McMahon. He's got room. He's there. And the Yankees have won it. They win this wild card run and eliminate the Boston Red Sox.
Right. What do you think you have to do to kind of take it a step further than this? There's no guarantee that we just pick up where we left off at the end of 2025, right? Kind of expecting everyone to take a step forward. We have to examine our defense, and we led the league in errors, and that's not good enough.
He did an amazing job last year. I know a lot of people don't give it credit. Let him do the job.
John Heyman, our insider, the first to break it. Sonny Gray going to the Boston Red Sox. Then Jeff Passan with some more details via Twitter. Sonny Gray and cash, and that cash is about $20 million going from St. Louis to Boston to help facilitate the deal.
When you think about, what Sonny has been in this league, it's a guy who's pitched at the front of rotations.
Wilson Contreras goes to the Boston Red Sox and $8 million in cash considerations.
Alex Bregman has found a new home. He was one of the big fish on that free agent market, and John Heyman broke the story. It's with the Cubs, $175 million over 5 years. There are some particulars to the deal as well. According to Mark Feinsand, the deal with the Cubs does not have any opt-out clauses, according to a source, and he does get a full no-trade clause.
They made an offer to Alex Bregman early in the offseason and said, here it is. And his camp kept going back saying, that's not our market. Our market's higher than that. And it made Alex a little bit mad, and they would not move. So then the Red Sox were like, okay, well, take it or leave it. And they will not budge. Then Bregman's camp with Boris goes back to him and says, hey, we have a higher offer, and we're going to probably take it. And the Red Sox were like, we don't believe you. If you can do it, do it. And then they said, okay, well, we're going to sign. We're not telling you the number. We're going to sign with a different team. And that's when the Red Sox went to this 5-165. But Bregman was already one mad, and two had a higher offer. And the longer, the more they tried to stretch it out, the longer and farther down the road the deferrals got. So Bregman's like, I'm getting more money in a shorter amount of time. I'm going to the Cubs.
What does he owe the Red Sox?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. But the Red Sox literally would not move and would not budge and really wouldn't negotiate until it was almost late. It was too late.
The no trade clause thing, is that an organizational policy that you don't give out full or partial no trade?
No, look, if Alex Bregman wanted to be here, ultimately he'd be here.
Okay, so it was a little compilation because we're starting with the Red Sox.
The offseason, yeah.
You
know what's funny, Chris? They traded for two guys in the offseason, and they got money from the team that shipped the guys to Boston to help pay the salaries. Yeah. If that's not a small market team move, right, what the hell is it?
Right, yeah. You might as well be the Boston Rockies, I mean,
what the hell? You got $20 million to take on Sonny Gray's contract, really?
Yeah. So starting with the Red Sox, they went on opening day. Yay, good for them. Okay. I
think Red Sox fans have won the most World Series in the history of baseball in April. Like they think, you win your first. Oh, we're gonna win the World Series this year. Yeah, okay.
So it's our year. Yeah, it's like that commercial. Right. Remember that commercial before the football season at the beginning? You see all the fans, like the Cleveland fans at the urinal and stuff saying, "This is our year, man." Anyway. But is this team better than we think?
Yeah, I think, Chris, they have the potential to be better. I still don't know about that pitching staff, Chris. I know that Sonny Gray's old. I think they got starting pitching. I don't know about the middle part of that bullpen. When you get into June, July, August, if you get a couple of, I just don't know about the bullpen depth. Yeah, they got Whitlock and they got Chapman. But what else do they got? Think that's...
Yeah.
And Chapman's always and Chapman's always a question mark. Can he last the whole season? I don't know. But the bullpen for the Red Sox, I think, is and I still don't know, Chris, after maybe the top 2 or 3 hitters in the lineup, what does the lineup have? I don't know. I mean, obviously Anthony's going to be one of the best players in the league, but
Well, they're devoid of right-handed hitting.
Yes.
This is an issue.
Yep.
And you're right. Familiar. Yes. I mean, okay, opening day, yeah. They win that game.
Listen, the guy that's going to be a Cy Young candidate, Crochet's on the mound. Well, of course,
Yeah, that's not difficult. Okay, he gets himself out of that 6th-inning jam and the bases loaded. Great, but you're right. What happens when Suarez pitches? What happens when Gray pitches? This is, and then they're going to give him the run support because the problem with this team, Mark, is if they're going to win games. They're going to have to win. They're going to have to win a lot of 3-2 games, 2-1 games. Mm-hmm. Is it capable of winning 5, putting up 5, 6, 7, 8 runs?
I don't know. On occasion, maybe. I just don't. When I look at the lineup on paper, Chris, like I said, Cora has this innate ability, Chris, to get these guys, some of these guys, to play like you don't expect things from, to play over their heads, have career type years, like. For some reason, Cora has the innate ability to have guys do that. Is this one of those years where some of those guys in that lineup have years where you're like, holy shit, we didn't expect him to hit 22 home runs. You know what I mean? I think it would have to be one of those years. Otherwise, you're right, Chris. it's going to be a lot of 3-2, 2-1 games, and you're going to have to hope your bullpen holds up in the middle
Right.
innings in the fifth, sixth, seventh inning until you can get to the back end of the bullpen.
And is Story going to have the same kind of year?
Well, that's the thing.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of question marks.
That kid Durbin sucks. They brought him from the wall. He already made an error in the first game.
You know, they thought he was going to be a savior at third base.
That was a small market move. You know,
small market move.
And so when I look at, and by the way, Roman Anthony, as a Yankee fan, I already hate him.
I don't want it. Yeah. Oh, he's going to be an MVP candidate. He's going to be another Devers. He's going to kill us.
No, but you know what though? He just has the look, the walk, the image, the way he carries himself.
Yeah, he's
like Yankee fans are already going to hate him.
Yeah,
that's it. And Red Sox fans are going to love the Roman Empire. But I have a question before we get to the Yankees. I heard this week, and I kind of raised my eyebrows a little bit. Does Marcelo Mayer, because they're screwing with this guy. And I don't know if he's got an immature issue. He's got some kind of an issue with it. He's not the everyday starter, and he should be. Does this kid have the potential to be better than Anthony? This kid's a good ball player. This Marcelo Meyer's a freaking good ball player.
He's a ball player. I don't think he'll be better than Anthony, though.
Okay.
After watching Anthony in the WB, I might have said yes last year, but after watching Anthony in the WBC playing in that lineup with all the rest of the superstars, no. He belongs. He's no.
Yeah.
Now,
because everything Meyer does is fluid, man. He's just immature.
No, it is. I think Meyer has the potential, Chris, also though, to be an all-star. So you put those two guys in the middle of your lineup, you're going to line up for the next 5-6 years. That'll be formidable because you just built the roster around those two guys. You know.
Speaking of lineups, let's switch over to the Yankees. Our New York Yankees.
So, Chris, before you get going, here's what I'm going to say to you. Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Austin Wells, Jose Caballero, and Ryan McMahon. Doesn't that sound eerily familiar to what they put on the field when they walked off the field against Toronto? Yes. And they got their ass kicked?
Yeah, I don't see any.
So what the hell did they do?
What's different? What's going to be different about this team? No, I'll tell you. You don't want to know what's different? Now the kid isn't even on the bench. Now Dominguez isn't even on the bench. Now he's down in AAA.
He had a good spring, Chris. Chris, he had a good spring too.
Why? That's my main question to you. Why is Dominguez not their center fielder for the last 2 years?
Listen, he's hit almost 400 in spring training, had 4 or 5 home runs. I think Grisham hit 100 in spring training. So I don't know what their logic is, Chris, with this kid. You don't think he can play center field? Well, how the hell do you know? Did you put him in center field for 80 or 90 games in the major leagues? I don't care what you see in practice. Listen, the kid has potential. Whether or not he ever reaches it, I don't know. But if you don't give him the opportunity, you send Trent Grisham to arbitration. He won a 1-year deal instead of just releasing his ass and saying, okay, we got our center fielder for the future. We're going to give this kid Dominguez a shot. Or put Bellinger in center field. Bellinger can play center field.
Instead, Grisham. Yeah. I could have run down. That fly ball. That shallow fly ball in opening day. I could have. He let you drop in front of him. Clip that, you stiff. You. Grisham's a stiff. Yes, clip that.
Listen, now, Stanton, and I get Stanton's. Listen, Stanton's hot. First 2 games of the season, he's hot. It's game 2. Goddamn, for the season, for Christ's sake. But
muscling those little brown
that's
balls
what he
out
does.
of the infield.
And he hit a home run last night. But listen, Spencer Jones should be the starting DH. You should have. Listen, you do like they did with Sonny Gray. They gave a team They gave the Red Sox $20 million to take the salary. You're gonna have to eat the salary, so you trade him. Trade him for a couple of AA arms. Maybe you get lucky and one of them turns out to be something. Yeah, you're gonna have to eat his contract. I get it, but how else are you gonna get your young guys in the lineup? And Jones is your everyday DH. Put him in the goddamn lineup. Like, what are you doing? The kid can hit the ball 500 feet. You got him in the minor leagues. Another guy in AAA, Chris. Why? They don't want the clock to start ticking. Again,
right.
Another small market
and that's the same thing with Boston. Small market mentalities. You know, they might as well be the Rockies, the Rays, the Brewers, any of these teams. You know what I mean?
So disgusted. He's the father. The old man, the kid Steinbrenner's father, George Sr. must be rolling over rolling over when he sees what his son is doing to this organization.
So we'll see what happens. And I don't know. Let's see if the pitching's enough to wait until Cole and Rodon
Well, the
come
first
back.
2 games of the season, Chris, I think is what they're banking on. 2 shutouts, good starting pitching, decent bullpen in the back end.
Though.
Right? No, San Francisco was not a playoff team by no means. But
they had like 3 hits the first 2 games.
But that's the formula that Dum Cashman and Steinbrenner are going for this year, Chris. You have the best starting 5 in baseball if they're all healthy on paper. That's what they think. Not in baseball, but in the American League. That's what they think. And okay, so what you mentioned about the Red Sox, 3-2, 2-1. Well, the Yankees are going to have to do the same thing, Chris. Same exact thing.
So we'll be paying attention to it all season long. Real quick, give me win totals for both teams. Red Sox.
Red Sox 94.
Okay. Yankees
90.
Yeah, I got Yankees. I got Yankees at 92, and I got the Red Sox at 95.
Yeah,
wins.
I think the Red Sox are going to win more games than the Yankees, Chris, too.
Yeah.
I agree with
both
that.
Both overs on with the betting market right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll cover it every week. Yankees versus Red Sox.
Tell them to bet the Red Sox now, Mark? Mush.
Well, don't let him bet anything. Nothing. If you're thinking about betting it, Joe, don't let any mush bet it.
Yankees versus Red Sox was presented by CORSO. Don't listen to him. Good luck. It's CORSO Law Group, CORSOLawGroup.com. And when we come back, going to go Bruins, Celtics, P's and C's is next.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. CORSO Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Their 20-plus years experience and attention to detail has helped thousands of people who found themselves in a situation in Arizona. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, talk with these expert attorneys. CORSOLawGroup.com.
Iowa State. Back in with more CORSO and Catone, the real deal, New England Fate. By the way, see what's going on behind me? Battlehawks kick off right now.
Battlehawks.
The UFL, or whatever they're calling that. Ready to go. So back in with more CORSO and Catone.
I could give you a get-even game, but I'm not even going to tell you because if I bet it, I'll lose. So I'm not even going to tell you the get-even game tomorrow.
See how he is? Do you see how he is?
I can't tell you because somebody will break their leg, get a concussion, they'll get hit in the head with the ball.
Well, I'm going to bet you can't because I don't want you to win. I can't stand that coach. Oh, I can't stand to be such a douche. Anyway, so we want to talk the pros right now. Talk a little Bruins, Celtics, do it in B's and C's right now.
HEATED has offered the Boston Celtics are the world champions, and they have shown the world how great a ball club they really are. Screen shot.
McAvoy to Pasternak again from the red line. Cuts into the middle, across the line, to the left circle. Zacha shot, scores! Pavel Zacha with the game winner in overtime. And the Bruins beat the Sabres 4-3. And Tatum will dribble it into the front court, and how fitting that the ball is going to end up in his hand. Because Jason Tatum didn't play in the game 13 days ago when the Celtics narrowly avoided the upset of the Thunder. But tonight, falling behind by 13 early, they took OKC's best shot, and they are the ones left standing. The Thunder's 12-game winning streak comes to an end at TD Garden as the Celtics, in a season full of stirring wins, add another one to the list. The final score, Boston 119, OKC 109.
Okay, so that was a little compilation there between the Bruins and Celtics. Let's start with the Celtics, Mark. Yeah. That was against Oklahoma a few nights ago. Last night they follow that win up with a win against Atlanta. And listen, a Hartford win last night.
Atlanta's Atlanta's better than we give them credit.
They've won like 14 in a row, or 14 out of 15.
I know you and I aren't crazy about Atlanta, but they're a good team.
No, listen, they gave us everything we wanted, and that was a battle last night. It really was. But I want to go back to I played those two games for the Bruins and Celtics because they're two huge games. Yes. Looking at that OKC game, all right.
And you were really frustrated early in that game. You called me up. You were on the phone with me, and you were really frustrated.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no chance they're ever going to get anywhere. They're not getting out of the East. Because they
Yeah.
started that game terribly. But the way they played in the second half of that game, and so let's talk about this because, look, after seeing the way this team played in the second half, if that's the formula, you play like that, why shouldn't they be the favorites to win it all? Or at least go 7 with a team like that?
Yeah. I still think, Chris, when the level
everybody was at full strength in that.
No, I know that, but I still think when the level of play gets elevated, I just don't know, Chris, if those guys like that we bring off the bench are gonna do what they do in a 6th game of a championship.
Like Shireman and
I don't know, but I will say this, Chris. Coming off those last couple of games, you are right though. Why shouldn't they be one of the better?
Why not us?
Why not us, right? We'll use the line we used all winter with the Patriots when they were winning games. Why not us, right? And they almost took that to the end. But you brought up an interesting point watching those couple of games and the game before that. I forget who the hell they played the game before. Okay.
Minnesota.
We blew that game.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Anthony Edwards, their best player. And you said to me, Mark, I was watching the NCAA basketball game. I taped it. And you said, Mark, go back and watch the game. And I did. And you said, what did you see? And we talked about it. And I think you're right. Tell everybody what you saw in that game. I was like, well, yeah, I guess you're right. Now that you bring it up after watching it again.
It was my fear.
Yeah.
In when Tatum came back, what was the offense going to look like? How were they going to handle who's handling the ball? Every time Tatum, and it happened twice in the OKC game too, by the way.
Yeah.
The 2 times Tatum brought the ball up the court, that slow, methodical, crossing half right at 6
doesn't work, Chris.
The pickup points. I mean, especially when you play a handsy, good defensive team like OKC is, like Minnesota was too, where these West Coast teams are like that.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and they're picking up their defense at half court, especially when Tatum's bringing that ball across so slow, so methodical, and it's pound the ball into the ground, work for his shot. Usually it's some sort of fall away 3, whatever. It just doesn't work. It didn't work when he was 100% healthy. It's the reason they lost.
That's why we fell behind in that Knicks series. Remember when he was healthy, we were behind in that series.
So, to me, it seems obvious. And what's crazy to me, a couple of things. What's crazy is how they don't see that, or maybe they do, and they just, he's the star.
Yeah.
And 2, how the media, the green media, they just won't say it. They won't go there, Mark.
No.
They won't bring themselves to say this guy shouldn't have the ball in his hands. It should be a point guard. It should be Pritchard. It should be White. He should be playing off ball. You can move more from on the perimeter. He can move more to screen off him. You know what I mean? And work to get open shots.
I agree.
I mean, did you?
No, I saw it.
The whole game, their media. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Terrible watching it.
No, I agree, Chris. I saw it. I agree with you 1,000% that is what he does at times. At times, that's what happens. Now, interestingly enough, Tatum didn't last night. Brown didn't play. You brought up the fact that he was banged up a little bit. So the last week or so, 2 weeks, this whole number of games that these guys play, that's all become an issue, right? People are bringing about it a lot. So he hit his 65th game, I believe. Or his next game will be his 65th game. So he's all set. He's now eligible for any postseason awards, anything he's going to get, player of the year, first team All-NBA, all these things that need to kick in, whatever. So he's eligible for all that. So they got like 9 regular season games left, Chris. My guess is going to be they're going to have to do some management with Brown because he's played a lot of minutes this year. And so you're going to see more of Tatum walking the ball up the court. And because I think I bet you Brown's half the games. I bet he sits 4 in the last 8 or 9 games, especially now he's got a little injury. I think they're going to rest him physically, Chris, to get him ready for the stretch run. If you think you're a team that's going to go to the final and represent the East, that's a long haul. You're going to have to make sure he's healthy. And if he is resting a little bit at the end, last 3-4, he takes 3-4 games off. Do the Celtics fall back into old habits? Because now Oh, now Tatum's got control of the team in those games, and he's bringing the ball up the court. And so does that cause a little bit of ink now when Brown's back for the playoffs, full-time, healthy role, and now Tatum's done this now for 4 or 5 games, and Tatum's like, well, you know.
The only thing I'll say, the only saving grace in this situation, because last night against Atlanta, he did it some, but there was a lot. Pritchard and White were handling that ball a lot, which is when they were rolling, when they came back in this game and they pulled ahead of Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's how they played. They played without Tatum off ball. You know, here's an interesting usage. The fourth quarter usage rate. This is a huge. So Jaylen Brown is like number 2 in the behind SGA at like 38%. Okay, second for the season. In that Minnesota loss, okay, Tatum's usage rate in the fourth quarter was 38%. Brown's was 22. And then, but against OKC,
but was that because Brown was banged up a little bit?
I don't know. But
I don't know.
But against OKC, Brown's was at 38 and Tatum's was at 22. So I mean, to answer your question about if Brown's out, I mean, I think I think Missoula understand. I don't think Brown's gonna miss as many games as you think he is, because I think Missoula understands this problem. I just don't know. It's a delicate issue. I mean, it's a delicate. And this is, after the game, this is what Brown had to say.
That game was awesome. I think that the
intensity
level of the game was very high. Felt like a playoff game. The crowd was into the game, and I felt like that was a great, encouraging game for JT. Like high level, intensity, physical team, and it felt like, that was a step in the right direction. We still encouraging them to get back to that level of aggression that we know and are used to. But I think today was a great game of him making the right plays, making the right reads, being physical, and being Jason Tatum. And I think it's a step in the right direction.
It's tough in the moment, right? You try not to think about it. You just want to be Jason Tatum and feel like yourself again. I'm not Superman, so it's obviously going to take some time. I think the next day I can give myself a little more grace over certain things, but in the moment, it's frustrating.
Yeah, give yourself grace. Talking about either referring to yourself in the third person. We're doing that now, okay?
Oh, my God.
I wanted to play those 2 clips for 2 reasons. Leadership. Yep. We talked about the looming issue. Okay, the off-season issue, and that's a story for another day. I realize that, but is Brown going to want to go back to playing basically second fiddle? Okay, and I said to you that the only chance this team has of continuing forward, like they are as constructed, is if Brown has a different way of being a leader. Like he becomes greater than that whole thing to begin with. Like, meaning what he said there. Like, I thought that was, if you pull out what Brown was saying there in that press conference, it's as if he's the big brother. I'm the Tom Brady. Like Brady used to say, I'll adjust my game to make the team better. I'll figure out what I need to do to pull the most out of the guys that I'm playing with. That's a GOAT. That's a superstar. That's a guy that's the best. That not worried about getting theirs, but I'm not. You all need to adjust to me. No. I'm going to adjust to where you guys are. I'm going to meet you where you are. This is what I'm hearing out of Jaylen Brown. Hey, this was a great game for JT. This is like I'm the leader of this team. He may be the best player, but I'm the leader of this team, and I'm going to make sure this thing goes the way it needs to go. If this is the attitude he's going to have, then they're not going to have a problem moving forward.
Yeah.
He's got his money. He's got his finals MVP.
No, he does. But I still think, Chris, he wants, I still don't. I don't know if they can coexist next year when Tatum decides, okay, it's my team again. Like right now, I think Tatum.
It just means like, what does that mean, though?
Okay, but you heard from Tatum's press conference, Chris. I'm not Superman. I'm not where I need to be.
I just want to be Jason Tatum.
I just want to be Jason Tatum. Whatever the hell that was, right? But
I'm the best two-way player in the world.
But the point being is when Tatum is Jason Tatum, does Brown? I mean, is Brown going to get those types of interviews because everyone's going to be these green teamers are all going to be swarming around Tatum, and it's tough to change that image. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying about Brown. I totally get it, and I agree with you. Surprisingly, I agree with you that Brown is becoming the leader. Oh yeah, okay. Brown is becoming the leader of this team at a different type of a level.
Right.
Not just on the court. He's becoming the emotional leader, the cultural leader, the whatever you
he's learning all their signs, and he's learning their animals and all that.
Yeah. But
you're still a snake, Joe.
But Chris,
I don't care what you say.
But he is becoming the leader of this team in a way that Tatum never did, because I don't think that was Tatum's personality. And I don't think we didn't know if that was Brown's personality. But it seems that with Tatum's absence, he has shown us that, I'm the leader in this locker room. It's my team. Tatum's great. He's a superstar, but this is my team. And like you said, the big brother syndrome. So you're going to have to, down the road, it's a conversation for a different day. They're going to have to make a decision, Chris, on these two guys. I'm going to tell you this. It's going to have to be a quick decision, because if you think you're going to break this up, it has to be before this year's draft, because this year's draft, Chris, is one of the best drafts in 20 years. I'm telling you, you got 20 guys in this draft that are going to be NBA All-Stars, mark my words. 3 years, 4 years from now, when we go back and look at this draft, the next wave of stars in this league are coming out of this draft. Trust me. It's that good of a draft.
Listen, it's all going to depend on the success of the team too, because the way when the balls flow. Look, the national media after Sunday night's game, this is what Tracy McGrady had to say on the national broadcast.
The rhythm of the team now, of the other guys, when you insert a guy like JT, I don't want to say it seems out of whack, but their shooting has gone down since he's been here. So it's really like, guys, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, are we running the same stuff that we ran before? Are we still on the same page, or are we divided because we're not playing our same game? I'm sure there's a lot mentally that these guys are going through because of the insertion of JT and them not playing the same type of basketball that they play individually, not shooting the ball extremely well. So they struggled with Memphis the other night, and they struggled tonight against a team that doesn't have their best players. So I'm sure there's some questions.
And then and they fixed it. And then against OKC, the ball flowed through Brown.
Yeah.
Not even so much as it flowed through Brown as the way they handled the ball coming up the court when they got into the action so much quicker.
Yeah.
With their point guards and playing traditional style basketball. Because Mark, that's where the team is right now. That's where those role guys you keep talking about, they have to play that way. And if they don't play that way, they're not going to be successful. And the success ultimately will determine who the damn leader of this team is. Don't you think?
Oh, positively. Positively.
So we'll see what happens. Now, on the other side of things, talking about the Boston Bruins, got to bring up the Bruins because they're getting close to the playoffs. Big win. We played it at the beginning of this segment.
Big win.
Big win against Buffalo. They had a letdown the game before that. And it was funny because they lose that game. And was it Toronto? They lose that game right before the game before that, and that was with Swayman playing everything all hand. Then they come back against.
To your point, though, Chris, Swayman had played a bunch of games in a row,
and
you had said, they're gonna have to ride Swayman. Swayman's gonna get if they're gonna do anything, and all of a sudden and you would caution, but he's not used to playing that many games, Mark, in a row. Right. Well, all of a sudden, they have that letdown in that game before Buffalo because Chris, I don't think he's used to playing 4, 5, 6 games in a row.
No. He's not.
That's not what they do.
And they needed to win. And he said, well, now they're going to come and play Buffalo, and they're going to get their ass kicked against it. And Corpusalo's playing, and all of a sudden they win that game.
They win the game, yeah.
And so, listen, the key to the Boston, and God bless them, they're hanging on. They're hanging on to this wild card spot.
Listen, Jacobs is in his glory, the owner, because listen, irrelevant. You get the wild card. Hey, you made the playoffs again with this lineup, right?
Because the power kill's terrible. Okay. The stat humping that goes on with friggin' David Pastrnak, who's now 6th on the list of most consecutive, or he's going to be pushing 6th, 5th for 100-point season. So this stat humping out of him isn't going to stop.
No. Nope.
For a winger, and then you got plays like Lori gave you. Mason Lori 2 games in a row on a power kill, gives up, lackadaisical, lazy ass puck handling, and then gives up the shorthanded goal, and then cross checks them, and it becomes 3-2. But then they come back and win the game. But still,
needless to say, we're not going to be. You and I won't be talking later in the spring about the Bruins being a Stanley Cup contender.
No.
Even if they sneak in, Chris, they're not going anywhere. They're probably going home in the first round. Boston's not going anywhere this year. The Bruins are a Stanley Cup.
They're going to go
contender.
as far as Swayman takes them.
Swayman will take them, absolutely. But they're not a Stanley Cup. They're not a Stanley Cup contender, Chris. Let's call it a spade, right?
And as it sits right now, Buffalo may be the first round matchup if it ended today.
Maybe.
That's a tough go. They beat them the other night, but
that's a tough go.
That's a tough go.
I don't think you can win it. You can't win enough games. You can't beat them enough times, Chris, to advance into the next round. I don't think. If Buffalo's your first round opponent, you're going to go home in the first round.
So clip that. But B's and C's was presented by CORSO Law Group, Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. CORSOLawGroup.com. Allow us to beat your voice. When we come back, he's got his Providence College hat on, a Night P, Iowa State. Catone's comments is next.
No one ever thinks they'll be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, go to CORSOLawGroup.com and talk with these expert attorneys. Okay, listen. What I'm about to talk about today, listen. I know I'm going to get blamed for this. They're going to say it's my fault. You don't learn. You shouldn't be doing. Why are you out? Why did you leave the house? I understand it. I'm ready for the criticism. I'm ready. Now, I'm out, and I don't even want to say this, Joe. I'm out in the store. I don't want to say it, but I'm out in the store again. Yep. So I happen to be on the phone. I got a phone call, so I'm on the phone. I'm in the store, whatever. And I think I might have used a 4-letter word. I don't know, right? Unbeknownst to me. Unbeknownst to me, I use a 4-letter word. Well, you should have saw the look this woman gave me. Her head spun around, and she's looking at me. It was like she saw the look she gave me. It was like she saw a little puppy get run over by a bulldozer and flattened and squashed. That's the look she gave me. And I'm looking at her, and I'm saying, you know what, you phony, you full of... I'm not even going to say the word. I'm trying to be good. You're such a phony. You mean to tell me you don't use... This lady doesn't use a 4-letter word now and again. I wanted to follow her to the parking lot and smash her hand in the door and crush her finger and see what she said. What was she going to say? Ooh, ouch, ouch. No, she was going to swear if I smashed her finger in the door. So don't give me this holier. I'm sick of these people with these holier than thou attitudes because I used a 4-letter word. Oh, that's the like. There's more important things going on in the world, lady. Like you got all this craziness, people committing acts against each other and things going on all over the world. It's crazy. This world has become a crazy, crazy place. And you're worrying because I used a 4-letter word on the phone in the middle of a store. Ooh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. There was no little children around. I'm conscious of that. There was no little children. No. This lady she was old enough to be a dinosaur, and she's looking at me because I used a 4-letter word. Really? Are you kidding me? She was 11. Christ's sake, she might have looked like. Come on. So now this is the lady. Listen, what are you gonna do? You go to a party and people are, talking, they're telling jokes. Maybe they use an inappropriate word. What are you gonna do? You're gonna give them a look. Have a goddamn bourbon, honey. Have a cocktail. Relax. Do something with yourself. Go get a life. Change your wig. It was 2 different colors. I think she had a wig on. I don't know what the hell she had on her head. And she's looking at me. She went out in public looking like that, and she's looking at me because I did a 4-letter word in the middle of a store. So I'm just sick of these people. You got these people out there, they're phonies, they lie, they want to present themselves as they're holier than thou. Lady, you're not holier than thou, lady. You're shooting me a look. Worry about yourself, worry about your wig, whatever the hell you got on your head. Don't worry about me. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy being me. I'm happy. I don't need people looking at me because I used a 4-letter word. Excuse me. Listen, now, to end this segment, I'm going to do everybody a favor. I'm going to do Chris a favor because I don't care. He's Eddie Mush. He keeps busting my beans about this Iowa State. The guy rolls his ankle because he bet the game. Because he bet the game, the guy rolls his ankle. I don't want to bring up 07, what he did in 07. I don't even want to bring it up.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, that don't mean shit. Okay. I said a 4-letter word. Oh, wait a minute. Listen. So I'm going to give you a play for tomorrow. Tomorrow, NCAA basketball tournament. Go get even. Whatever site you use, however you place your
wages. Let me get my pen.
Yeah, go get your pen. Run to the window. Make the play. Michigan is 7.5, 8-point favorite maybe over Tennessee. Michigan's going to win by 27, 20, maybe 37. The game's, it's going to be an absolute blowout. Go to the bank, empty it out, bet Michigan. If you went on the Iowa State ride with me, you'll get even with Michigan tomorrow. They're going to kick the living brains in of Tennessee and Rick Bonds. They're going to kick their brains in. It's going to be a 20 to 30 point win for Michigan. Mark my words, tomorrow. So go get yourself even. Not you. You sit there, and have some goddamn Red Hots and don't move. Don't move.
Clip that. You're telling me I can't use this to get right now? You screw me with that.
You get right next week. I want an apology on the show. Yeah.
Who'd they beat? Tennessee. That they're gonna get their ass kicked now. Who did they beat?
They beat Iowa State.
Right.
Who was down there? Their best player. They were down their best player.
Yeah. So Mark, the one thing you didn't realize is that lady was a nun.
She was no nun. Would you be quiet? She
was on her way back to the rectory. No. She was getting all the, supplies.
No, she wasn't.
And she comes across you.
You want me to get started on that? No. On those people? I can't get started on that. We'll be off the air forever.
Just so I know. Just the first letter of this word that you used, this terrible, terrible word. The first letter was, I assume, an F?
Yes, it was an F.
Okay. All right.
How many other words that are 4-letter words that people just say the 4-letter word do you think about?
In this day and age, who the hell knows?
Right?
There's a lot of words.
That's all
he even said one of those words and then said, I said a 4-letter word. And everybody went, oh, yeah, that is a 4-letter word.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. That's 4 too, isn't it? Yeah. Mark, you're living in a society. I don't know why you can't be more like I am.
Oh, but you don't leave that room you're in. You don't leave.
Exactly. So, I'd say if I could say 4-letter words, I'd say them all day long. Nobody cares. Nobody hears me. Nobody listens and pays attention. No, I'm a very calm, accommodating, tolerant. I would say that's the best word to use for me is tolerant. Wouldn't you say that?
Tolerant. Yeah.
I just don't know why you can't be that way. I don't understand it. Did you have your Providence College hat on?
No, I wasn't bothering anybody. I was very nice. I wasn't bothering anybody. I was in my own little world. And the lady shot me a look. like I had a gun and I was holding up the store.
You guys got a new coach. Are you pleased?
Oh, I'm happy about the new coach. Yeah, I'm happy. I think he's going to do well. From South Florida, Brian Hodson.
Providence College, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think he's going to do well, Chris. I do. Like I said, I think I'm going to reach out to him, DM him, and see if
we get him on the show.
Yeah, I think he's been really receptive to the local guys, like guys that have local podcasts and stuff. And so I think I'm going to invite him on to CORSO Catone.
Yeah,
say, hey,
good guy, good family man.
Good family man, good guy. Once all this portal stuff dies down later in May, I'll see if he'd like to come on for like a 10, 15-minute segment with us.
Just make sure you don't use any four-letter words. You know
I won't. I'll be on my best behavior.
Especially when the nun is around that you were swearing and yelling and screaming in front of. You know, did you push her down too? On top of it, you steal her cart and a carriage and everything else?
I didn't do anything to this poor woman. She was saying, listen. I didn't do anything to this poor woman and her whatever she had on her head, wig. I don't know what the hell it was.
All right, Joe. We'll have to wait for the police report to come out, and then we'll see. What...
Joe, you live in this over here. What do? You don't leave the house either?
Oh no, I go out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out of the when Chris
booth.
Says,
gotta get out of the booth.
I'm in the booth.
Gotta get out.
Someday we'll show you the booth. You know.
I gotta see the sunshine.
Good stuff, Mark. Good stuff. So, again, we have the same moral of the story every damn week.
Well, I told you, I prefaced at the beginning that it was my fault.
So, all right. Catone's comments was presented by CORSO Law Group, CORSOLawGroup.com. All right, we come back. Now, guys, it's going to be rapid fire when we come back. Okay, rapid fire. Clip that is next.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. CORSO Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Their 20-plus years experience and attention to detail has helped thousands of people who found themselves in a situation in Arizona. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, talk with these expert attorneys. CORSOLawGroup.com.
Back in with more CORSO and Catone, the real deal New England feel. Yeah, goddamn. Battlehawks are down to DC right now. They're losing in this game, My Hawks, go Hawks!
Listen, in that type of a league, Chris, they've done well for the last couple of years. How long can you do well in those leagues? Because, it's not like you've got consistent rosters.
Yeah, they're gonna win it all. They're gonna win it all this year. They're gonna win it all. Trophy's about this big.
Any wide receivers out there the Patriots should be looking for?
Yeah, I know. Well, we're going to talk about that in our rapid fire here.
He had to bring up wide receivers.
We are going to talk about that, but the first topic I want to talk about, is got to do with Christian Gonzalez.
We're going to have a ton of urgency to get this done now. Maybe we'll see something maybe more towards training camp. I think the Patriots are more focused on, AJ Brown or whatever. I'm sort of indifferent with Christian Gonzalez. I mean, if as long as he's not, Johnny Manziel and money bags and all this stuff, because I'm sorry, I think he's uber talented. I do. And his first pass breakup in the Super Bowl was sensational. The full layout one. The other ones, I put mostly on Sam Darnold. Gonzalez actually should have given up 2 touchdowns in that Super Bowl, but just because Darnold was bad, he did not. And also some, pressure up front from the Patriots. I'm fine with whatever direction the Patriots choose. If they choose to extend Christian Gonzalez, I'm fine with it because he does have that potential. I'm also fine with it if they say, you know what, that's not where in this scheme, that's not where we're going to put money. And it's not where we ever really put money in this scheme with Mike Vrabel, whether it's Tennessee or here. And they say, we're going to trade Christian Gonzalez. I would be fine with that. If my gut instinct is, I do think that Vrabel wants to see more from Christian Gonzalez before he fully invests.
Okay, so that was Greg Bedard, the Boston Sports Journal, talking about this Gonzalez situation. All right, Mark. So
I got a little problem with what Bedard's skirting the fence.
I got a problem using the word Uber. I can't stand that. He's uber talented. God, use a grown-up word, will you please? Next time. Go ahead.
No, No, but he's riding the goddamn fence. Get off the fence and pick a side. You can't ride the goddamn fence, Greg. Come on. Either you're with them or you're not. Come on. Either he's going to get the extension or you don't want him to get the extension. I'm on the side now. Over the last 2 weeks, Chris, I've come to the realization that, like you trade him for 2 first-round draft picks. And let's get better talent on this roster with those 2 first-round draft picks. Maybe you could trade for somebody like Crosby. Like Crosby. I mean, come on, do something. But this defense doesn't need him. You're right, Chris. The more and more I thought about it, went back and looked at some tape. If you get Crosby, you don't need him, Chris. Go get the 2 first-round picks for him, like the Jets got for Sauce Gardner, and be done with it. Either that or pay the man, because Seattle just extended Witherspoon. They didn't extend. They picked up the 5th-year option on him, and JSN just got that huge extension, right? Because he was in the same draft class. Well, Seattle took care of him, and they picked up the 5th-year option on Witherspoon. So you got to do something. If you're not sure about the extension yet, you got to give him the 5th-year option now. From what I listened to, they haven't done that yet, have they?
No, because I think that they're not there yet. I think a few more months and then they can do it. I think with them.
But Seattle already announced it.
Seattle already did it. But for New England to pick up the 5th, I think they can only do it. There's a month. I think it's June or July that they can do it this year.
Okay. So,
yeah, Mark, my thing on this is it's about how you play the scheme and all of that. By the way, he was at the Celtics game the other night, and they put him on the Jumbotron, and he flashed the Johnny Manziel money sign.
So that's a problem right there.
I don't know if that means that they're having issues back and forth. There was preliminary discussions at the combine, during the combine or whatever.
Well, Chris, if he's doing that, then you know what? Trade him now. Before the draft, move him. Get 2 first-round picks for him.
If he's coming to them and he's saying, I want what JSN got. I'm not even talking about my own position now. I want to be the highest paid because I locked him down. First, you didn't lock him down. Number one, I gave him a lot of credit in that Super Bowl, and I did.
But he didn't lock him down.
You were right. There were times
even if he wants Sauce Gardner money, Chris, I don't think they'll pay him Sauce Gardner money either.
Well, listen, no, look, he's better. He's right now. He's better than Sauce Gardner is.
I'm not saying that, but I don't think they're willing to pay that kind of money for a corner.
Listen, it's not a difficult negotiation. I mean, these contracts keep going up by 500,000 to $1 million. So like 100,000, 200,000. So what's his name? Who just signed the deal? That played for Kansas City.
McDuffie.
McDuffie just signed that deal, right?
Yeah.
Where he got just a shade over what Sauce Gardner got. So that's the market.
That's the market.
So the Patriots need to be going to him and saying, "Look, this is the number. We all know what it is. Here it is. Sign it. Don't sign it.
If you don't want to sign it, we're going to move on from you. Make a deal."
My whole thing is, if the Patriots are going to screw around with this guy and they're going to say things like, "No, we're going to pick hey, you're under contract." Elliot Wolf's already said, "Well, he's under contract.
We're going to play that game."
If you're going to do that, then just trade the guy. Because to me, again, let's not forget where we were all season last year. All season last year, we were talking about where the hell is Christian Gonzalez? Why isn't he making big plays? And the excuse was they play zone. They're a zone team. They don't play a lot of man. They were forced to play man in the playoffs because pass rush sucked with 4. Couldn't get there with 4. So, as Mark said, you trade him for 2 first-round picks because everybody keeps talking about, you're going to draft somebody. You're not going to draft somebody. You're going to take that first-round pick and you're going to trade it to a team like the Stooges over there. We'll get to Brady in a second. You're going to trade it to the Raiders and you're going to go get Crosby, and now you got an edge guy and you're going to go back to playing zone, and you don't need a number 1 corner. So we don't want to put the money there.
But you could take a corner at some point in the draft.
You will, of course. Yeah.
A young guy that can play there.
Somebody. And listen, Snead. How about Snead? Remember what's going on with that guy? That guy's not bouncing around. It was only a couple of years ago that he was the best corner, one of the best corners in football. His shelf life is not that high.
No.
So that's our opinion on that. Okay, so AJ Brown update, Mark. We're going to be following this thing.
We're going to be following this for a while, I think.
People have connected the Patriots. That's a logical landing spot. But what we don't know is what's going to happen with New England from now until June 1st. New England could, for all we know, bring back Steph Diggs. They could go sign some of these other wide receivers that are out there. They could go draft a wide receiver. And if any of those things happen, then that would probably take them out of the A.J. Brown market.
New
England's been through a lot with the league in recent years. Deflategate, other things. They're not going to bend the rules and take chances and do handshake deals under the table. Like, if A.J. Brown works for them in June, they'll make a move. If it doesn't, they're not going to do that.
That was Adam Schefter talking about this situation. All right, Mark, is this going to happen or not?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I think Roseman is crazy, and I think he's going to stick to his first-round pick.
Nobody's giving him that, though.
And no one's going to give it to him. And that's why I don't know if the deal's ever going to get done, Chris, because I think Roseman's nuts. After the deal that just happened for Waddle, after what Denver gave up for Waddle, I think Roseman's going to say, I want that deal. You don't want to give it to me, or he's staying on the team. I think Roseman is going to play with fire, and he's going to demand that first-round pick. And maybe he'll get it from somebody. I don't know. He's not getting it from the Patriots. That's for sure. They will not give up a first-round pick for him. If they were going to do that, they would have already did it.
My opinion is he's going to end up somewhere else. Look, there's no way A.J. Brown.
Because the Patriots aren't going to give up what he wants.
Here's what's going to happen. Because of the cap situation in Philly, they won't do a deal. They're not going to do a trade until after June 1st. Which means
I agree with that.
This draft is over. So we're talking about the 2027 draft. Nobody knows what their pick is going to be. I don't think he ends up in New England because I don't think we're going to give up our first-round pick in 27, not knowing what it is. Okay? But I also think that he's done in Philadelphia. He's not playing for them anymore.
Okay.
He's going to play in a different team, and it's not going to be New England, and people are going to lose their ever-loving mind that we didn't get this guy.
Yeah. Well, but if they give up a first round, if somebody gives up a first round pick for him, Chris, you and I won't be upset because we don't agree he's worth the first round pick at this point.
If it's any other compensation other than a first round pick, New England gets him.
Yeah,
New England gets him.
If he settles on a 2-4 or a 2-5, yeah, New England's in on him. He'll be a Patriot.
So,
Chris, the other piece of it is, the more I'm starting to analyze this draft now, because I know we're going to start talking about the draft in upcoming shows.
So that's not a good wide receiver draft. No, there is, though.
There's some receivers in the second round, Chris, that I would take.
There's no Smith in this draft that's coming out of Ohio State next year.
No.
So we'll see. Yeah, they're awesome. And when we do our draft preview, we're going to talk about that. All right. Next topic. He's getting so unlikable to me. That I just want to take the statue.
Who, Joe?
He can't. I'm family blood. Can't get rid of me.
No, I have to keep Joe's
in the contract.
Joe's statue has to stay up over here. Take Brady. Take the statue down. Take Brady's statue down. Take the pigeons. Let the pigeons shit all over it. Clip that.
What is wrong with you?
I'm getting so tired of seeing this. Like, he did an interview this week, Tom Brady. Okay, after the flag.
He just can't give it up, Chris. You're 48 years old. You don't play anymore. You were the greatest that ever did it. You're part owner of a team. Just go away now. You're on TV. You're doing NFL games on Sundays. Like, what more do you want?
He's on some podcast I never heard of, and the guy asks him, "Hey, do you ever consider playing again after the flag football thing?" And Brady goes, "Funny you should ask me." Like, it was all staged. It was all set up.
Yeah.
Where he was to ask that question, and then Brady says, "I'm happily retired." Tom, listen, nobody's banging down your door looking for you to come and play at 50 years old. Nobody's doing that. Could you be probably in the bottom half quarterbacks in the league? Yeah, probably. He probably could be just as good. He'd probably be 20 and on, 20 to 32, somewhere in there.
He'd be. I think. Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
He'd be top 15.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But
if you really look at the quarterbacks around the league, Chris,
some of them really suck.
Yeah, he probably could be top 15.
So I just enough now. He just, you know what it is?
He needs to go away.
The way he conducts himself and carries himself, it's just so. It's not likable. It isn't. It's too commercial. Take the statue down. That's it. It's over. Last thing, Mark. NFL replacement refs.
Well, you have a theory on this. You're sick.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's how you and I should get out there. Because, listen, the NFL better figure this stuff out.
Chris's theory, just for our fans out there, is there's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on out there with payments, and then like you're risking some, like making calls to, guys getting paid, like almost like point shaving, but not point shaving, but these refs getting money from gamblers to screw games up.
Joe, if you're a replacement official and your days are numbered as it is, okay, you're not going to take whatever you're not going to be on the take from somebody?
Oh, 100%.
I think the guys that are doing it now are, never let alone, replacement guys. Oh, I would be as corrupt as you could possibly get. I would be out there like the bidding booth is open. Step up.
Everybody in every
Here's
sport
my
is
number.
doing
Text
it.
me.
You got Gonzalez at a Celtics game flashing the money sign.
Yes.
Everybody is in every sport and every scenario is doing that.
Money. It's all about money.
Yes.
Money.
Money.
The betting booth is open. Step up to my booth, and the highest bidder wins the game. That's how I would be as the head official. So we'll see what happens with the replacement refs. What a disgrace. What a bad look for the NFL.
My God, it's a bad look. With all the money they're making, $1 billion organization, $1 billion, and you're worried about paying refs?
Exactly. So clip that. But we got to go. Corso and Catone was presented by Iowa State, was presented by Corso Law Group. Come back, and I'm betting Michigan tomorrow now.
You just ruined my day.
But
be on the lookout. Who gets hurt?
Exactly. Next weekend, noon Eastern, we're going to have more Celtics Bruins as we get closer to the playoffs. Catone's comments, Iowa State. See if he's got any gems for us, and maybe we'll throw a Sunday spread in there. Who knows? Anything you bring to the table, we will be ready. We are Corso and Catone, the real deal, New England feel. See you next Saturday.
Illegal screen.
Now find Corso and Catone on AM 790, The Score, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you podcast. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch the chaos every Saturday at noon.